Hey everyone, it's John with National Sports Entertainment, and I wanted to go into tonight's schedule, how we did, and I wanted to go into the Thursday night football game. It's a big one, and the ramifications aren't as big as people might think. But anyway, so today was another. So this is a perfect example of why some of these other clowns are on YouTube, these Captain Obviouses who tell you it's rigged and show you the most obvious example. There's a reason that these channels will be and remain untouched, but we got ripped down. And the reason I bring it up again, as I said in the last video, we have new people, but the proof is in the pudding. We don't predict things after the fact. We have it before the fact. So just to put in perspective, since the 27th when we were yanked on Christmas. The 27th was when I dropped my first video going over picks, and the Spurs game was one of our first games. But anyway, we closed out all of our sequences essentially. So today, for example, we had a really good day. My biggest play, as I said, was I did not see UConn continuing that good against the spread. So I saved that metric for a third leg, and that came through. Villanova did cover for us. Similar mentality of Mississippi State and Alabama. They also came through. That over did hit narrowly, but it did hit. I think they went 145. Again, these metrics just don't hold over time. We had the Wolves plus the 6 because I just thought it was going to be a close playoff type game. Bulls made sense to me because the whole world was going to be on the Bucks. None of these other channels are going to tell you this, and this is why we got shut down. Heat -8. Looks way too appealing for the Lakers. That's why we knew that was going to go that way. Nets Hawks I wasn't loving, to be quite honest. It could have gone either way. Live action probably determined that game, but we did get the Hawks plus 6, so that was a cash. Wizards, another trap, in my opinion. So again, the public just got cleaned out. We did well. We got the Wizards. Our literal only loss was the Magic. And in my last video, I literally said, that's my least favorite pick. So, and we're looking good on the Jazz, not guaranteed, and the Kings are still in it. So, why is this important? Because if anyone just started tailing from the 27th, if you just count down with me, 1, 2, 3, and we're counting each sequence, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This one, we're going to have a leg 2. This Magic one, okay? The Heat did indeed cover the Lakers, so that's 9. The Wolves make it 10. That's 11. This is a leg 1. So the way this is also what I was explaining. So just say the Bucks had covered. I was ready to make the Jazz for 2 units. Okay. So for and for this Magic loss, you could plug in anyone for a leg 2 there. But I don't just like to rush them. But anyway, so we still have a couple in play. But as it stands, as you can see, we've closed 11 sequences, 11 units, and we only have 2 open, one of which we are winning. So my point is, if someone had simply been following with $100 or even just say $10 increments, we've 10x'd. This is just literal. Watch my last 3 videos. We've already 10x'd. Now, is this going to hold? No. But is the system going to hold where we're going to continue in the green? Because we've been in the green since I started on September 24th with 180. Yeah, of course. We're going to continue in the green. But you can just see, a night like tonight, how when things go our way just a little bit, how easily we profit. And how easily we can negate losses like Texas A&M and the Kings by getting Nova. Even if we were to lose Nova tonight, we still would be in the green. And that's what I'm trying to explain with the money management part. That's why they don't want us on YouTube. That's why we're the biggest threat. These handicappers aren't going to tell you guys that. They're not going to play these metrics. No handicapper would have had these picks. They would have had all the opposite picks because they're picking the, quote, better team. And even the NFL rig people don't make predictions. And when they do, they joke around, or they just you could just tell these people, they like to point out the obvious. They don't want to help you. That's why YouTube supports them, and that's why they are recommended more by YouTube. We got organic growth, and we're gonna do it again. I just think it's great that it's been 48 hours and we've already 10x. But you can watch the playlist. That's why I made it again. This time it's back. It's on Rumble and YouTube, so we'll be able to. Anyone that's new will be able to see. Oh yeah, wow! In live time, this did happen, and that's probably why we'll get ripped down again. But I'm not gonna let them stop me. Now, in this game, I absolutely love the Cowboys to cover, and the reason I like them to cover is because the Titans do not need this win. They can lose. The Jags can win, and it still sets up Week 18 for the AFC South. So we know off the bat they don't need the win. Cowboys do because Hurts is hurt, no pun intended, and I think they want to try and actually get people to believe Dallas could win the division. So we know Dallas is most likely winning. So the question is, do they cover? Well, yeah, I think after they've looked good, but there's other teams, in my opinion. San Francisco, they just beat Philly, but again, it was by 6 points, and it was without Hurts. I think they want Dallas to clobber a team. And Tennessee's just, I just can't see any way they can spin Tennessee in a way where they keep this close. So since I believe they lose anyway, I think they lose pretty decisively. And the fact they moved it from, I think it was 10 to 12, soon it'll probably be 12.5, 13. I like Dallas here. I'm going to buy it down to 11.5. You might be asking why. It's because, believe it or not, you'll get some weird scores, and you will get a 12-point victory. So I do buy a half point every so often. So this one will be a leg one. But since my last one got deleted, I want to go into the playoff standings. I went into this before my predictions. Basically, I think the entire NFC East gets in, the NFC Beast. So we're going to go into that. We're going to go into the Packers run, the Dolphins, Jets, all that stuff for, that all got wiped, of course. But nothing's changed. I still have all the same predictions, which is cool. But yeah, I do think Cowboys look really good in this game. I think the Titans lose pretty decisively because people are going to like Tennessee at home, thinking they need the win. That's what these announcers are pushing, and getting the 12 points. So I think people are going to be hammering that spread. People might tease it, and we might see a repeat of when Dallas played Minnesota, something like that, where we just see a complete prison pounding. So that's who I like. I do like Dallas to cover that spread. I'll go into basketball. I like to look again at the metrics and things of that nature. As I said, we're looking okay. Jazz were up a little bit on that spread, and Kings were behind, but I've seen them make some runs. We hit every other one except the Magic, which is cool. And like I said, the reason I go into it is not to sound cocky or anything of that nature. It's just to show you guys that these people are, a lot of these cappers are giving bad advice. A lot of these people that are saying the NFL is rigged, and their channels are up. And I've noticed they just, again, harass other channels. They raid my Discord and others. And they send people with bad picks. There's all sorts of things going on. But look how easily, in live time, I put my money where my mouth is, just like I did from the very beginning. We just easily win every single time. And even when we go on losing, you'll see we're not going to win every single night. We're not going to win, 80% every night. I will say we're around 60% since we started at the beginning of the year, beginning of the seasons. But my point is, with this money management, that's why we're doing so well. That's why we are smoothly just closing out sequences. And right now it's actually 11x. It's 11 units. If the Jazz close out, it's 12. And the only open ones we do have it would be a second leg for if the Kings were to lose, and then if the Magic were to lose. So that's how we get our units back. So on all of these, whether we played one game or it went 3, we profited a unit. And that's the way to remember it. A lot of people are messaging me a couple weeks ago after they've tailed me for a couple months, and they're saying, hey, I get it now. I get why you think about it in the long term. I've put out over 500 bets, don't forget, if you've been watching. So, we're just going to keep this going. It's odd because, we have all these picks going, and Again, it's a wiped channel, but we're just gonna like the last time I told you guys by the seventh, eighth video, you're gonna see why we were shut down. It just seems that it's happening quicker than normal. I mean, we're already 11x, so hopefully we don't get shut down again quicker than I'm expecting. But everything's gonna be on Rumble, on the YouTube as well. And I appreciate all of you guys that just see the ugliness of YouTube and these controlled opposition channels. And I'm not gonna stop, just pressing that, because again, if YouTube is banning certain channels but recommending others, or those channels just keep popping up, and they're not helpful. They're toxic. Or if anything, maybe you're getting bad picks. Then there's probably a reason. So you see how easily it can be done. We're gonna keep doing it, and as I said, we're not going anywhere. So we got some plays for tomorrow, but I do love the Cowboys to cover that spread, which I am going to buy down to 11.5. And I'll go more into all of Thursday's games. As I always say, if you have any recommendations, please let me know, and I'll go into the game. But yeah, tonight we're looking to finish about 10-2. That's assuming the Kings lose. So we assume we split these 10 o'clock games, 10-2, including the 2 college plays. So, another great day because of metrics. And thank you all for following me and finding me and searching me and keeping the movement going, because nothing's going to stop us. Take care and happy earnings.